Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be meeting the Chinese President Xi Jinping this Friday and Saturday for informal talks. What is going to be the agenda of the discussion there between those two leaders? For more, it's over to Niti Rastan.
Right. Well, Bhairavi, what we're learning about this informal summit meeting from sources is that basically there isn't really going to be a structure. That is why it is an informal meeting. They're not going to get bogged down by aides, note takers, and any sort of delegations, etc. It's a chance basically for the two leaders to be able to meet and have what our sources said are broad and overarching discussions. The idea, they said, is to have a strategic communication established between the two, that the two leaders essentially want to understand each other's domestic policies as well as their foreign policies, and then try to work around any misunderstandings, if any. However, our sources also stressing that this is not a meeting where specific issues are going to come up. So don't expect, for instance, prickly issues in particular like the border, the NSG membership, the issue of Masood Azhar, the JEM chief, who China has been opposing to designate as a terrorist at the UN, etc. So these thorny issues and other very specific issues, sources say, are not going to come up. Instead, it will be a much broader discussion between the two leaders in a completely informal setting where no joint statement, no agreements, no documents or any joint document of any kind is expected to be issued. It's the first time in China that President Xi is holding an informal summit like this, and it is possibly the first time an Indian leader, or after many, many decades, that an Indian leader is doing the same. So it will be interesting to see whether after this first informal summit between the two, this gets established as a more regular mechanism or something else emerges from this, but it essentially gives them a chance to have a freewheeling conversation.